Hey everybody, Mark, Five Angels Outdoor. We're here and we're going to be working on the truck. We're reconfiguring the bed. So what we'll do is I'll use this video to show you sort of what we're doing, what's going on, and what's in store for the Bison. So thanks for joining, and let's get into it. All right, so the first thing you can see is that we've really just cleared out the bed. So I've removed the deck system that used to be here. We've also removed the air compressor and everything, the twin ARB, and we are going to reconfigure the bed. The goal here is to get more usable space, a better setup, and maybe even clear off some of the items that are on the roof rack as it stands right now. So the initial plan that we're having is that I'm going to take the spare tire off the roof and we're going to place it against the back wall standing up, and then really use this left side. We're going to construct a custom drawer to go here on the left, which we'll then mount the refrigerator, the Dometic fridge, above it. So that'll basically take up this left side. We'll mount and place the compressor and all the electrical back over here as it was before, but just in its own setup, and ultimately with the goal of leaving this entire right side free and open as is to allow for more storage of tubs, etc. on our camping and overland excursions. Plus this should free up some weight as well, and we look to see how it comes out. So that's pretty much an overview, and we're going to take you through the process. So one of the first things that we're going to do is really, we're going to create a platform along the bottom on sort of how far we want to take out the drawer that we're going to build. So we'll put a platform down. I'll use some plywood. So basically we're going to have to measure that out. I know pretty much how wide that's going to be based on how and where the fridge and the fridge slide will have to be mounted on top of the drawer. But what we'll have to do is we'll have to work around these curves. I want the platform to go, from where it's going to end all the way to the wall of the bed. So we're going to create a template to come here and then to move around the wheel well there. So that way I have a full platform along the bottom to adhere to, and to create everything a nice level and mountable surface. All right, so we've basically used this piece of cardboard as a template because I want to make sure that that platform, works its way around here into these spaces, so I get that full width. Allows me also to mount some stuff because I'll have almost like a little box in there for the electronics and the air compressor and such. I think that'll work out real good that way. But yeah, so I mean, this is pretty much, I think, how everything's gonna line up. So as you see, if you were envisioning this being a wooden platform, it would be there like it. We'll have a drawer, refrigerator on the slide on top of the drawer, and then obviously this area to the right is all open for storage. So, all right, so this is about how the fridge will sit, but it'll be, the drawer that I'm going to build is going to be about a foot, about 12 inches high. So it's going to set, top of the fridge, probably, obviously it's going to be about right up in here. But from a width perspective, I'm going to have this room over here to build a little bit of a box for the compressor and the electrics that I have. I have a fuse block and a switch and a couple other things here. So I'll have that to the right. Based on how the platform is, I probably will have a little cubby, a little storage cubby area over this way, because I'd like the platform to go all the way across and to the side of the bed, which means that I should have a cubby space back there along the wheel well, which I'll be able to throw some lesser used items in there and be able to access it from the side door. And then obviously I'll have my stuff that I just spoke of here. So we should be good. That should work out pretty well, but that'll be out. Just envision this about a foot higher. All right, so we've been working pretty hard. We have the basic shapes cut out, at least for the base. So this is the base that'll secure to the truck bed. You can see I've cut some grooves to conform along the shape, because I want the front to curl around and go to the wall, because I'll use that spot to that one side of the drawer to mount my compressor and everything like that. So then I got the two sides and the back, basically where the drawer will slide into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these sort of fastened together in such a way that I can continue doing some additional mock-ups in the back of the truck, because I'm going to want on the bed side where the wheel well and hump are, I'm going to want to do some closeouts. One, so I can have some extra storage along the top of that wheel well. Plus on this side, I'll have some closeouts, because I want to be able to mount the electrics and whatnot. So that'll be the next steps. And really, once I get all that together, then it'll be a matter of what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand everything down, get it nice and sanded, and then I have some polyurethane. So what I'm going to do is I will seal the I'll seal the wood, so that way once it's sealed, you know, everything that you're going to see is going to be I bought some Raptor liners, so it's going to be spray black Raptor liner, so that way it'll make it durable, look pretty cool and all. I do have plenty of other wood for the closeouts, the lids, and then the large piece I'll use for the top. Obviously I won't need something that big, but I want to get all the cross members, everything in there as is, to go from there. And then really over here, the last thing I'll do is I'll actually build the actual drawer itself. I have some really nice sanded birch laminated plywood here. I just used 1/2 inch thick for the drawer. I think 1/2 inch should be fine. So we'll see how that comes together. But the last thing I'll assemble is the drawer itself. I'm going to want to get this all sort of together, sanded and sealed, let it dry and all that type of stuff while I work on the rest. All right, here we go. So I've got the drawer assembled, or at least the base assembled, as you can see. So what I've done is I've glued it and nailed it. I've done some sanding. I have it stood on its end, because the next step will be to seal it with some polyurethane. So I'm going to seal it all the way around, all the wood. And then obviously, like I said, anything that's exterior visible, not inside the drawers, but all the top, the sides, I'm going to do Raptor liner. So basically, the way this is measuring out is I'll have a 2 foot wide drawer that's a little, right around 40 inches deep. Over to the left, I have this pocket here is where all the electrics and the dual air compressor will be here, and so that'll be all wired up. So it's coming along. I'll keep you posted. Alrighty, here we are with a little mock-up. Okay, so this is all just set in here right now. Obviously, there's nothing fixed. I still have some stuff to do. I just wanted to see how it was going to lay out. So we have, you know, the drawer, which will be going in. You know, the panel here. I got to drill some holes and everything for the switch, the air chuck, and the ARB switch. And then I got to make some covers for over here for front side will be where my air compressor is and the electrics. Back side I'll just use as some storage. I can reach in and get stuff out of there from the side. And then obviously we have our fridge slide up here. So yeah, everything's fitting together and coming out pretty well. Go. We have basically everything assembled. I still have to seal the drawer. This is the drawer here. I did seal most of the actual frame last night. I just got to get this front bit here and that wing piece. I have my front panel piece to do. And then this is the top to the base. So just need to get some polyurethane down, get it all set up, and let it dry. And then tomorrow we'll be back to sort of try to get a final assembly, or we're gonna do the Raptor liner, the black on all the exterior pieces. So we'll see how it shakes out. Alrighty, so we continue on our project. So what we've done is, this is the drawer. So I've put Raptor liner on the front because that's what's going to be facing out. We have the top of our drawer system. So that's all Raptor line now as well. This is just like my little face plate for where my switches and everything will be to the left of the drawer. And then we actually have our drawer. So no need really to Raptor liner inside. I have the, it is sealed. Obviously I did want to do the front, the sides, and the back because those are out facing. And then really I just, just for whatever's, I did this outside, even though you won't be able to see it directly. So yeah, so we're looking good. We'll just chill out and get the stuff dried up. The next step will be to actually hang the heavy duty drawer slides. We'll mount those next, so we'll catch you up on that. All right, so the next step that we're going to do is we're going to mount these heavy duty drawer slides. So we have them set up. They're basically suspended up 1/2 inch, utilizing some scrap wood. So what we'll do is, and I also have that same scrap wood in the center for when we set the drawer down to affix the drawer to the slides. But this will allow us to have a nice uniform, easy setup. What I'll do is I'll slide the drawer a little bit out and start securing from that end until I can pull the whole drawer out. And then that way we'll move on to securing the actual drawer from there. All right, we have one right here. All right, I got one more right here. Hopefully I can get to that. And obviously there's got to be another one up front that I'll get to as well. All right, we have the slides on. The slides are lockable, so that's really good. And they're non-detachable, so they will go pull all the way out, which will be interesting from a shelf perspective, because that'll allow me to get in and behind, but if I won't be able to pull the drawer, detach the drawer from the slides unless I unscrew them. So we'll see how that works out. All right, so we're getting some test fitting going in. You can see I just have the top resting up there right now just to see how it is. We're gonna get the air compressor is already mounted. I have the face plate here. I'll get the switches all in there and get it all cleaned up looking over here. And then I have my fuse block and everything to mount here. And then really it's just a matter of connecting the wiring. So a little bit of test fit. I want to get this all together before we sort of slide it back and mark where I'm going to drill the holes to secure this down to the bed. So this just trying to knock the little things out before we finish up here. Okie dokie. So the electronics are in. Power's coming into the block here. I have my Blue Sea Systems fuse. Here's my ARB twin, braided hosed up. And then across over here to the front, just as before, I have my Blue Sea panel, voltmeter, USB 12 volt. There's my air chuck, and then my ARB twin compressor switch. So pretty much got it all pre-rolled, ready to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get it in place. I need to drill some holes into the bed so I can secure the platform, pull it back out, put some nutserts in there, and then really should be good to go. Alrighty, here you go. We have everything in place. I'm about to put on the top. We'll see what it looks like. Everything's looking slick over here. I have not yet made the tops for along the side over here. This is still a to-do. I'm gonna get this this main topper on, and I think we're gonna call it a day. Alrighty, here we go. We have a 99% finished product here. So you can see we have the top mounted. We got the fridge slide up here. Awesome. And she's looking clean. Yeah, we got the control panel. The only to-do items that I have to work out is to put the top panels on over here. I have to cut, I have to make some cuts on some, and then make some top panels over here, just to finish it out. That way I can not only store stuff in the cubby back there and have access to it through the side panel, but I could also put a couple things on top of here if this were covered. So we're looking good. I'll get some final pictures when I get the fridge up on top. But yeah, at this point, super duper happy. We have this full lane of storage right here that we'll work with for tubs or boxes or cases, but otherwise we're looking golden. All right, here we are. We have a finished product. Don't mind the glare here, but as you can see, we have the drawer. It's in its finished state for now. I may do a face plate for the drawer. We will see. I can wait on that to decide. Fridge slide is mounted. We have our covers that are over the left-hand wheel well and where our electrics are. Basically what I've done here is that I've cut it into two panels. It's attached via Velcro so they can easily be lifted up. And the one in the rear is opens in a sense that I can reach in from the side and easily store things in there. And there's my front of my electrics. So I think we're in a great state. I just have to figure out now what we're going to keep in this drawer here accessible, and then what will go in tubs or whatnot per trip, per travel over here. But otherwise, I think we can get the fridge loaded in and sort of get a feel for it and see how we're doing. And here's just a view from inside. So as I said, I can just lift up right here, and this is Velcroed. Pull that up, store things under there. I also have this platform area behind the fridge, so I can put some, I think what I'll do is I'll mount a couple braces or some tie down points, some loops, and I can secure stuff right here behind the fridge. It could be battery backup, it could be water containers, whatever I want to do. I can actually store and mount something right here, which will be great. And then obviously I have the new cupboard setup here in the alu cab canopy, so we will see how it goes. But what a cool little project. Turned out great considering I didn't have a table saw. But thanks for watching. Tune in again.